Side 7, The Divine Invasion, by Philip K. Dick. Continuing on page 236. What did you answer? That is between her and me, Emmanuel said. But I told her that her music must exist for all eternity, for all humans. That is part of it. What matters is that she understands. And she will do what she has to. There is no misunderstanding between her and us, between her and the court. Going to the stove, the kitchen was neat and clean, with everything in its place. Linda Fox pressed buttons, then brought out food from the refrigerator. I'll fix breakfast, she said. I was going to do that, Herb Asher said, chagrined. You rest, she said. You've gone through a lot in the last 24 hours. Being stopped by the police, having Belial take control of you. She turned to smile at him. Even with her hair tousled, she was, well, he could not say. What she was for him could not be put into words, at least not by him, not at this moment. Seeing her and Emmanuel together overwhelmed him. He could not speak. He could only nod. He loves you very much, Emmanuel said to her. Yes, she said somberly. Sei fröhlich, Emmanuel said to her. Linda said to Herb Asher, He's telling me to be happy. I am happy. Are you? He hesitated. She asked when the darkness would disappear, he remembered. The darkness has not disappeared. The poisonous snake is overcome, but the darkness remains. Always be joyful, Emmanuel said. Okay, Herb Asher said. I will. At the stove, Linda Fox fixed breakfast, and he thought he heard her sing. It was hard for him to tell, because he carried in his mind the beauty of her tunes. It was always there. She is singing, Emmanuel said. You are right. Singing, she put on coffee. The day had begun. That thing on the roof, Herb Asher said. But Emmanuel had disappeared now. Only he himself and Linda Fox remained. I'll call the city, Linda Fox said. They'll haul it away. They have a machine that does that, hauls away the poisonous snake from the lives of people and the roofs of houses. Turn on the radio and get the news. There will be wars and rumors of wars. There will be great upheavals. The world, we've seen only a little part of it. And then let's call Elijah about the radio station. No more string versions of South Pacific, he said. In a little while, Linda Fox said. Things will be all right. It came out of its cage, and it is going back. He said, What if we lose? I can see ahead, Linda said. We will win. We have already won. We have always already won. From the beginning, from before creation. What do you take in your coffee? I forget. Later, he and Linda Fox went back up on the roof to view the remains of Belial. But to his surprise, he saw not the carcass of a wizened goat thing. Instead, he saw what looked like the remains of a great luminous kite that had crashed and lay in ruins all across the roof. Somberly, he and Linda gazed at it as it lay broken everywhere, vast and lovely and destroyed, in pieces like damaged light. This is how he was once, Linda said, originally, before he fell. This was his original shape. We called him the moth that fell slowly over thousands of years, intersecting the earth, like a geometrical shape descending stage by stage, until nothing remained of its shape. Herb Asher said, "He was very beautiful." "He was the morning star," Linda said, "the brightest star in the heavens. And now nothing remains of him but this." "How he has fallen," Herb Asher said. "And everything else with him," she said. Together they went back downstairs to call the city, to have the machine come along to haul the remains away. "Will he ever be again as he once was?" Herb Asher said. "Perhaps," she said. "Perhaps we all may be." And then she sang for Herb Asher one of the Dowland songs. It was the song the fox traditionally sang on Christmas Day for all the planets, the most tender, the most haunting song that she had adapted from John Dowland's lute books. "When the poor cripple by the pool did lie, full many years in misery and pain, no sooner he on Christ had set his eye, but he was well, and comfort came again." "Thank you," Herb Asher said. Above them, the city machine worked, gathering up the remains of Belial, gathering together the broken fragments of what had once been light. End of The Divine Invasion by Philip K. Dick. Narrated by James D. Lotell in the studios of the American Printing House for the Blind, Louisville, Kentucky, for the Library of Congress, May 1993. For special distribution as authorized by Act of Congress under Public Law 89-522, with the permission of the copyright holder and the publisher, Vintage Books, a division of Random House Incorporated, New York. If you found any cassette in this book to be defective, please place a rubber band or piece of string around that cassette for identification. Place it in the container on top of the front stack of cassettes.